Sergeant, and on the inside, Nick's Verdict out quickly. Taken on by Perfect Harmony, who rolls straight to the front. Senior Sergeant picks himself up and goes up third. Further back, L'Amour Mani, followed by Super Express, Mr. Scribbler last of all. No speed to the 1400 now, and Perfect Harmony in that familiar role went out about 2.5 to 3 in front of Senior Sergeant. He settles okay second, a length further back than Nick's Verdict, a half L'Amour Mani off the fence fourth, 1.5 further back Super Express. 3 or 4 last of all is Mr. Scribbler. Up on top of the hill they go at the 1,050 metre mark, a little over, and Perfect Harmony at about 3.5 lengths in front of Senior Sergeant, 1 Nick's Verdict. A length further back running fourth in the race, L'Amour Mani, a length into Super Express. 3 lengths last of all, Mr. Scribbler. Turning down the side, Perfect Harmony at about 3 or 4 lengths in front. They're only cantering. Senior Sergeant second, 2 to Nick's Verdict. A half then L'Amour Mani up running fourth, 1.5 Super Express, a length and a half Mr. Scribbler. At the 800 metre mark, and Perfect Harmony by 3. Senior Sergeant second, 1 to Nick's Verdict, a half L'Amour Mani. No change in the order for the first 4. 2 further back Super Express, and Mr. Scribbler gets outside him. 600 to go. They increase the tempo. Perfect Harmony 1 3/4 in front. Senior Sergeant is the chaser. 2 further back L'Amour Mani, followed by Nick's Verdict. 2 further back Mr. Scribbler and Super Express. 400 to go now. Perfect Harmony straightened up 3/4 in front. Senior Sergeant being niggled at second. A length and a half L'Amour Mani from then Nick's Verdict. Now Senior Sergeant gets up to Perfect Harmony. Down at the 200 metre mark, they spread away from L'Amour Mani. Senior Sergeant taking a hell of a time to head off Perfect Harmony. Perfect Harmony grabbed by Senior Sergeant. Senior Sergeant gets his head in front of Perfect Harmony. Senior Sergeant just in front. Class prevails. Senior Sergeant a half head on the line. Perfect Harmony. 2 away third, L'Amour Mani. A gap in the race, Nick's Verdict. And the last pair, Mr. Scribbler with Super Express.
Winner there, number 1, Senior Sergeant, 140 and 110. Number 2, second, Perfect Harmony, 3 even. No third for 6, L'Amour Mani.
1 Senior Sergeant on Super Tab, $1.50, $1.20. 2 Perfect Harmony, 3 even. No third for 6, L'Amour Mani.
Wasn't till very late. Number 1 goes in the frame, and the Sergeant comes home. Number 1, Senior Sergeant, ridden by Greg Charles. Second placing to 2 Perfect Harmony, ridden by Eddie Wilkinson, and third goes to number 6 L'Amour Mani, ridden by Greg Hall. They only cantered along till about the 650 metre mark, but he had him up.
There's correct weight on the...
Pauline was $51 on the Newsdale. They're off this time, and actually Posey got the best of the start, but Starry Way is going up very quickly as Posey tends to drop off. Foreglow showing plenty of speed, and Enchant is right up there today too as they settle down. It's going to be Foreglow and neck on Enchant. A length away third is Excello, and Starry Way he's back to fourth on the outside of Laguichet. 2 lengths further off is Posey, and then comes Super Carla, Talk the Talk, and last is Brief Promise. Down the side, 700 left to go. It's a charge for the lead here. On the inside, Foreglow has it narrowly from Enchant. Excello going up to make a line of 3. Laguichet fourth inside the hot pot. Starry Way, Talk the Talk is out off the track, then Super Colour. Posey is second last, and a couple of lengths further back is Brief Promise and the late scratching of Pauline. Around the corner, 420 left to go, and Foreglow just leads the way from Enchant. Third is Excello, followed closely by Talk the Talk, and Starry Way behind a wall of horses as they race down to the 220. Cassidy can't get clear on Starry Way. Oh, checked again. By gosh, the favourite's in trouble, and Super Carla got right up on the inside. Laguichet hit the front. Super Carla's after it. It's Laguichet, Super Carla. The two of them go to the line, locked together, and Laguichet, I reckon, a nose Super Carla. Very tight. Posey's run third, followed home by Brief Promise. Starry Way, gosh, didn't she have some bad luck in the run? From Enchant, further away then Talk the Talk, and the last 2 home, Foreglow and Excello. The late scratching at the barrier at 1:13 Eastern Summertime, number 9, Pauline.
6 Laguichet to pay $28.64.90. 10 Super Carla, $3. 3 Posey, $2.
Dividend of $32 approximately, and $5.30 on the place totes. And the other one involved is number 10, and that's Super Carla over on the inside, about $16 when they jumped away, and $2.80 for the place, with number 3 Posey getting third. But you'll find that Laguichet will get the money, and there it is, number 6 the winner, Laguichet, ridden by C. Muntz. Second goes to number 10 Super Carla, ridden by G. Boss, and number 3 Posey, ridden by C. Carmody, in third place. And to say that Starry Way got into all sorts of trouble in the home straight is certainly an understatement. 6, 10, 3, 32.40 and 5.30 for the winner. 280 for second, 260 for third. The Quinella paid $156.60, $156.60 with an exacta dividend of $287.40, and the trifecta has paid $4,283.20. The winner.
They're off and running now. Typhoon a little bit slow into stride. Coup de Grace has bounced quickly. Samanda Strike away well. And what's Touch of Mahogany? It's back jumping Touch of Mahogany and trying to dump the rider out the back. That's the end of its chances. And away quickly Ken Rose getting up on the inside special edition. Coup de Grace is right with those and so's All a Blur. Four of them up in the bunch there. About two or three Samanda Strike. Typhoon the inside of Ken Sign. Two or three further back Smart Banker, and three last of all in the race is Wajib Star before the turn. And getting off the track here is Coup de Grace wanting to hang a little up on the outside of special edition All a Blur. Coup de Grace hanging a little badly on the outside. 2 lengths further back Samanda Strike. Typhoon in the straight special edition got 3/4 in front of Coup de Grace. 2 further back All a Blur, and then the outside Smart Banker. Special edition in front. Coup de Grace coming at it again. Smart Banker out wide. The 3-3 here. It's special edition. Coup de Grace having another dick at it. Coup de Grace and on the inside special edition. Great go this Coup de Grace special edition. Nothing in this. Close up third. Smart Bank at the outside. So the Freedman's 1, 2, 3. A gap in the race further back. Then Samanda Strike from Wajib Star. Further back then Ken Sign, followed by Typhoon. Well Black, All a Blur, and Ken Rose with them. And he's finished up dropping the rider here. Touch of Mahogany. It's Mark Flaherty. He just dropped his head, but
Winner there, well, it's a photo, 3 Coup de Grace at 420, 190. Number 8, Special Edition, showing at 752.30 for third, 7 Smart Banker, 180.
3 Coup de Grace, 462 even, or 8 Special Edition, 610, 210, and 7 Smart Banker, 178's got it.
It's lasted here. Special Edition has beaten 3 Coup de Grace and third, 7 Smart Banker. So it's hung on here, Special Edition, to beat Coup de Grace and Smart Banker. Freedman's 1, 2, 3.
Right at the barrier.
And it refused to give in. Special Edition up with the lead. Coup de Grace obviously should have.
Okay, well, we'll come back there shortly. This is the National Racing Service, Triple S, the Good Sports. It's 27 minutes to 2 as we stand by for those numbers to come through from Exhibition Park after race number 1 on the...
They're off this time. A Glacier jumped out pretty well, actually. Hancock first away. A Glacier's going up very quickly now to hit the lead. Winstead third and Shift Workers fourth. A length and a half to Market Truce, followed by Grim and Springwood. A break to Air Affair and 2.5 to 3 lengths McCleaver. Racing along towards the 800, and a Glacier strode away. Put 2 lengths now on Hancock. A half length away third on the inside is Shift Work, and then a break on the outside to Winstead from Grim and Market Truce from Air Affair. And now Springwood back to second last, and a length and a half to McCleaver. Racing along towards the 600 marker, and the hot pot of Glacier making play. About a length the break on Hancock. Third is Shift Work parked inside Winstead. A gap of a length and a half into Grim, followed by Market Truce, and on the inside Air Affair. Springwood second last, and McCleaver whips them in as they turn for home, and a Glacier shows the way. 3/4 to a length clear. Hancock second, Shift Work third, but Jimmy Cassidy asking the hot pot to do something, and by golly, didn't he respond to every ask of J.A. Cassidy. And a Glacier put 3 lengths Shift Work, followed by Hancock and Market Truce. Oh, but he's a top-notch youngster, this fella, a Glacier. He got a blitz Shift Work, and Grim gets home for third, but a great win by a Glacier. Shift Work second, Grim third, and then Hancock, Air Affair, McCleaver, Market Truce, Springwood, and last of all was Winstead.
Super Tab, 3 a Glacier to pay 160, 120, 4 Shift Work 130, 6 Grim 230.
Notch racehorse, and has paid in New South Wales $1.50 and $1.20. Those that were here on track and were betting with the bagman certainly were able to snap up better than the ultimate tote quote. Number 3, a Glacier, first written by J. Cassidy, or will be when the number goes up. Numbers 4 and 6 will be minors. Shift Work written by L. Cassidy to pay 140, and 6 Grim will be third, written by L. Beasley to return 230. A Glacier is by Last Tycoon from Yodels, a Brown Colt 2, half-brother to Yippee-I-O, raced by Mr. and Mrs. Jeff White, trained for them by Jack Denham, and of course written by Jim Cassidy. As the numbers are official, 3, 4, 6. Shift Work second. Didn't Shirk His Task is by Night Shift from Royal Princess, a 2-year-old brown gelding, trained by John Hawkes, written by L. Cassidy. And number 6, Grim, third by a Brown Colt 2 by Personal Hope from Miss Exec. Clary Connors, Len Beasley, the official fourth. Number 2, Hancock. The time was 1:11.28. 1:11.28. That's 0.28 outside of the race record held by Ensign Yacht.
For the Punters Club.
And running this time, they've bounced out in a good line. Denari away quickly. Street Star had no speed whatsoever.
6.47 Kembla.
So Swift Scarlet is getting well back in the field, and Piccadilly Circus away quickly. Rose's Joy rails up on the inside, a length and a half, Denari and Pedonti. One then to Goal Moment, a length further back, True Blonde. Then came Scorch, followed by Compulsion. Two Tropical Affair, followed by Swift Scarlet up on the inside. Quick Poem to the outside, and two to Street Star. Rose's Joy in front from Piccadilly Circus before the turn. Racing a little wide on the outside, Pedonti just behind those. Goal Moment on the inside of Denari, and then True Blonde. Scorched is out deep in a gap in the race. Compulsion in the straight. Rose's Joy quickly grabbed by Piccadilly Circus. Denari is after those now from Goal Moment, trying to get out. Then Compulsion with a late run, followed by True Blonde. Piccadilly Circus just in front, coming out of Denari. Compulsion and Goal Moment with late runs. Piccadilly Circus on the outside. Compulsion coming at it. They hit it. Compulsion. I reckon Compulsion may have grabbed Piccadilly Circus to win, with Goal Moment flashing up between the pair. Denari behind those from Tropical Affair. They ran over the top of Rose's Joy, and further back in the race then, in the middle would have been at the head of the others, pulling up quickly, True Blonde. The outside was Swift Scarlet. Further back then, pulling up quickly, Rose's Joy up to the line with Pedonti, Scorched, Quick Poem and Street Star back near the tail.
It's a photo, 6 Compulsion, showing 21.80 and 5.10, or 2 Piccadilly Circus, 10.70 and $3, 9 for third Gold Moment, showing 10.70.
6 Compulsion, 21.20, 5.50. Number 2 Piccadilly Circus, 3.40, 9 Gold Moment to pay $12.10.
No?
Yeah, thanks, Les. Punters Club has invested here on race 3. We've taken a trifecta. It's a standout. 1 to win from 2, 3 and 7 for $200 each. Should cost $1,200. And an extra double. First leg 1, second leg 2 for
Compulsion, 21.80 and 5.10.
2, still no jump at Wellington at the Code. 7 has New Zealand.
The outside galloped up alongside. There's little between them. And we're about to hear the famous roar of the Wellington crowd as they come past us on their first occasion. Oh, this is great stuff. Altruist is the leader here. Altruist leads now from Sure Touch the outside. Just in behind them is Magnet Bay. Beholder was the next. They've got a circuit to make as they go past this massive crowd here at Trentham. 2 to the favourite Aerosmith. Chase Me Charlie's the outside of that. A length and a half. Brook Hotel, Jimmy Neat between runners. And Kate Kelly's 3 out, tracked up by Denham 3 wide. The next between runners then is Jack Daniels. Tyree Bell over on the inside. 2 to North Lady, who covers up Sophia. 1,700 to travel in the Cup. Create Havoc is 4th from last. Paddy O'Reilly the inside. 2nd to last, Crew Zero. And Zane again is the last halfway mark. 1,600 to go. And Michelle Hutchinson with the big job taking the field into the back of the track on Altrista. Altrista leads them by a length and a half. Sure Touch right on the speed, and Magnet Bay's getting a beautiful run. Chase Me Charlie's about to go forward. Beholder one off at Aerosmith on the rail. Kate Kelly was the next, then to Denham, who's still 3 out. Jimmy Neat between them, Brookertil on the inside, and then Create Havoc going forward. Between runners, North Lady and Jack Daniels. Paddy O'Reilly's the next around, then Tyree Bell and Sophia. Zane again, and the mare Crew Zero's last as they run past the 1,200,000 metres now. And still Altrista in front. Altrista takes them off the back, but they're starting to make moves on the outside. Sure Touch and right with them, Chase Me Charlie. Denham goes forward, and Magnet Bay hasn't spent a cent on the inside. There's Create Havoc starting to circle them. 800 out between runners, Kate Kelly. Aerosmith on the inside's been ridden for luck. Then Beholder wider out. North Lady goes forward, as to then to Sophia. Jimmy Neat the inside from Jack Daniels. Paddy O'Reilly, Crew Zero. 2nd to last as they come to the turn in the Cup. Zane again, and Tyree Bell's the last as they turn for the long run in the 98 Foster's Wellington Cup, and they fan right across the track. And Altrista goes for gold. Look at Aerosmith starting to get out now. Denham the outside, and Magnet Bay between them, and then North Lady. We've got Aerosmith hitting the front here from Magnet Bay, Denham and Altrista, then North Lady. Aerosmith's the length and a half in front. Magnet Bay can't draw him in front. Cooksey's going to take the cover, 98. The favourite Aerosmith will win. Aerosmith, Magnet Bay and Altrista. Just behind them, North Lady, Denham, Jimmy Neat. Then Beholder, Chase Me Charlie, Paddy O'Reilly. Kate Kelly a little break, then to Tyree Bell. The next Zane again, Crew Zero. Sure Touch, Create Havoc back with Jack Daniels, and Sophia will be one of the last home.
All right, number 6 Aerosmith 231.60, 261 Magnet Bay, 7 Altrist at 320. Moving in Adelaide.
We'll go to Adelaide in a moment. Melbourne, correct weight, 629 on the previous there. 127 official at the Gold Coast, race number 2, where the winner...
Off. And the Grail jumped very well, and so too did Key Issue. And as they settle down, going quickly is the newcomer Burdekin Lad and company there, going right up between the leaders, settling down High Heels. Now, who is going to lead? It is going to be the Grail narrowly from Burdekin Lad, and High Heels between them 3/4 of a length away. 2 lengths to punt on the outside of Key Issue, 3 to conspicuously a length the winning end game, and 2 lengths Geneva Less. Onto the side they go, going towards the 850, and Burdekin Lad leads clearly about 3/4 of a length on the Grail. Key Issue one off the rails, 3rd, and High Heels wide out next. 1.5 lengths to the well-tried punt, 2.5 conspicuously, and a couple to the joint tail enders winning end game and Geneva Less. This is the order down to the 600, and Burdekin Lad in front, a 1/2 length on Key Issue to the Grail. A length further back is High Heels, followed by conspicuously. Punt is over on the inside with 2 behind him, and they are winning end game and Geneva Lass as they round the corner. And Burdekin Lad straightens up a length on Key Issue conspicuously, followed by punt going up on the inside of the Grail, and the others are headed by winning end game, but quickly conspicuously hits the front, and down to the 200 marker it's conspicuously from punt getting warmed up, and so too the Grail. The Grail and punt trying valiantly to pick up conspicuously. Punt's gone, the Grail coming at conspicuously. The Grail on the outside does the better, and the Grail gets there from conspicuously. Punt 3rd from Key Issue winning end game, then High Heels, Burdekin Lad, and last in was Geneva Less.
Super tab number 1, the Grail, 210, 120, 3 conspicuously to pay 190, 2 punt 140.
The first to drop off, and then the Grail and conspicuously came away to knuckle it out. But the Grail number 1 has done a shade too well to pay 210 and 120. From 3 conspicuously second, $2, and the 3rd placing will be number 2 punt, and he'll pay $1.30. The Grail, trained by John Hawkes, is by Quest for Fame from Orison, a bay gelding 3, of course, owned by the Woodland Stud and ridden by Larry Cassidy. 132 now posted, conspicuously second by Revocious from Super Reason, a brown gelding 3, Graham Rogers and Chris Muntz, and punt is a bay gelding 3, Care Went, Sonic Gleam, Paul Cave, John Powell. The time was 120.11, 120.11, which is outside Turradoo's 1:18.59 race record. Sectionally, they've come home in 35.39.
Off and running now. Boutsky has bounced away with them. From the outside, Benary's bounced out very fast. Flirtatious showing speed. Speak French just behind them when they settle down. Drop Anchor is starting to push forward. From the outside, Benary's gets over to lead now from Flirtatious off the fence. On the inside of it, 3rd, and the early point would have been Drop Anchor. 1 to Our Croupier, 2 further back, then Yamema. Further back in the race, then Speak French. Boutsky's got back to 3rd last from Rather Smart, and last of all, Biscay Bay. Benary's a clear leader at the 650 metre mark. 3 lengths in front of Flirtatious. On the outside of Drop Anchor, the fence, it's now 2nd, Flirtatious 3rd, 2 further back in the race, Our Croupier. A 1/2 then on the inside, Biscay Bay 5th, 1 further back, Rather Smart around Speak French. Boutsky back 2nd last, and last of all is Biscay Bay. Benary's off the fence, hanging a little on the turn and getting right up on the inside. Now Drop Anchor went straight through and hit the front from Benary's. Flirtatious out wider. Then Yamema, and further back Boutsky, followed by Our Croupier. The leader is Drop Anchor down at the 180 metre mark, a good 2 lengths in front of Benary's. Boutsky getting home late in the middle. Then Yamema, Boutsky after Drop Anchor. Boutsky finishing hard with Yamema the inside. Boutsky in front of Boutsky. Boutsky and neck Yamema, 2 away 3rd. Drop Anchor stopped. Further back in the race then came Biscay Bay from Our Croupier and Rather Smart. Then Benary's. A gap in the race, Flirtatious carved up from the turn, and Speak French is last of all.
Winner there, number 2, Boutsky to pay 310, 150. 7, Yamema to pay 360. 3rd should go to number 3, and that's Drop Anchor, a place divvy of $3.
2 Boutsky, 320 and 150. 7 Yamema to pay 310, and number 3 Drop Anchor to pay $2.50. Dividends, Sydney race 3 on 132. 1 the Grail paid $2.10 and 1.
And Private Eye dwelt, missed the start by 4 lengths. Just Kidding bounced out in front of Space Moon and Princely, then Dartbrook Dream and Royal Reward, followed closely by Shadow Chief from the wide alley. Power Factor can't get across. Then comes Regime, followed by Top Charger with 2 behind him, and they are Garin and Private Eye. 7:50 left to go, and Royal Reward pokes the nose in front of Just Kidding. Shadow Chief is third, Princely the inside, fourth from Space Moon. Power Factor wide out. Dartbrook Dream is next on the inside, 2 Regime on the inside, a Top Charger, a couple to Garin, and still about 2 lengths further back Private Eye. They're on the turn, 4:20 left to go, and Just Kidding rails well, straightens up about a neck clear on Royal Reward. Princely pulling around the 2 leaders, followed by Shadow Chief, and a length further back is Dartbrook Dream, followed by Regime, and Top Charger out in the centre of the track and 6 lengths off the lead, which is now held by Princely. Chris Muntz bounded away on Princely. It put 3 lengths Royal Reward, Just Kidding and Regime, but oh, what a win by Princely. Princely coasts to the post, wins at 3.5. Royal Reward second, Just Kidding third, followed by Regime, Garin, and then came on the outside Dartbrook Dream. Private Eye made up some leeway. Top Charger was never a chance, and then Shadow Chief. Power Factor ran second last, and Space Moon at the tail of the field.
Super Tab there, number 10, Princely, 560, 180. 3 Just Reward, 350. 1 Just Kidding, 160. Treble, combination, 3, 110 to return $24.70.
$5.50 and $2. 3 Royal Reward, 3.30, and 1 Just Kidding has paid $1.70. The winner, Princely, has done very, very well this campaign. He's been a great credit to his trainer Jeff Engelbrecht at Musselbrook, who puts the polish on him for PS and Mrs. B.M. Frampton and MP and Mrs. H.M. Hallett. A chestnut gelding 4 by Yellow Prince from Adventure Rosa. Drew the rails, got the sit behind the 2 leaders, pulled around them on straightening up and coasted down to the line to win and win well. 10-3-1. Fourth went to number 7, Regime. That was a nice performance. His first run since the end of June 1996. Number 6 ran 5th, and that was Garin. And the 6th place getter will be coming up in a moment. 10-3-1, 7, 6, and 9. 9 Dartbrook Dream ran 6th. The overall time was 1:03.33. This track has dried out very well following morning rain. 1:03.33, just outside of Vulshan's record at 1:03.16, and that was a fast track. And the sectional time was 34.15. Here's Chris. That's a winning double for Chris Muntz. He took out the first event of the day on Larguichet, and now has won on Princely, who's had 4 runs back from a spell for 3 wins and a third. He scored comfortably by 4 lengths with a half-head second and third. Quinella pays $39.10, exacta $47.70. The trifecta dividend of $274.60. And what else can I tell you? The superfecta has not yet been notified. We'll have that shortly.
Brisbane.
They're off and running this time. They've bounced away reasonably here on the outside here, and Call Me Spike, Storm Boy away quickly. Going out fast is Jacobite, pushing up to be the early leader now. Elegancy just behind those over on the inside. Further back, our Superboy. They're followed by the Medic and Erebus. Further back was Plot. Then Top Walk, followed by Maximal, and last of all, Fonzarelli. Storm Boy goes up outside Jacobite. 2.5, Call Me Spike. Third on the outside of Elegancy, the fence fourth. 1.5, the Medic. 3 deep around Erebus, our Superboy. 1 further back, Plot. Then Fonzarelli, Top Walk, and last of all, Maximal. 600 out. And the leader, Jacobite, on the inside ahead. Storm Boy, a length further back, Call Me Spike. The Medic's going to be 4 out on the home turn. 2 to Elegancy behind those, followed by our Superboy. Plot waiting for a way out, and further back in the race then came Erebus, followed by Maximal. Into the straight, Storm Boy took the lead. Jacobite's gone. Call Me Spike comes at Storm Boy, and then further back in the race, the Medic, our Superboy, and back behind them, Plot out wide, starting to come home fairly well. Call Me Spike in front at good 2 lengths in advance now. Plot after it quickly on the outside. Call Me Spike in front from Plot. Call Me Spike. Call Me Spike, 3/4 Plot ahead. Third, our Superboy. Then over on the inside was Storm Boy, followed by the Medic. A gap in the race, Elegancy from Maximal. The outside, Fonzarelli. Well back in the race, Erebus, with second to last in the race, Top Walk, and tailed off.
Number 11 there, Call Me Spike at 27.40 and 6.20. 6 Plot 180. 4 our Superboy 210.
Number 11, Call Me Spike, 26.30 and 5.50. 6 Plot to pay 210, and 4 our Superboy 2 even.
Over and has scored. Number 11 has beaten number 6 Plot. Came home well, ridden quietly and cold by Oliver. Obviously the best way to ride the mare, and she did respond. She finished on third placing to 4 Hour Superboy.
Have to leave it, getting set at the Gold Coast.
Okay, 6, 2 and 11 for the Melbourne treble, $1,654.70. As we go back out to David Steele to wrap up the previous at Exhibition Park.
1, 7 and 8 the numbers after the Coca-Cola Amador Pace race 4. 1 Looney Toller, super impressive.
And immediately Savarin drop back to last, and the early leader is Weather, not for long because Sporting Colours is keen to go. And at the end of nearly 200 metres, Sporting Colours a length and a half on the roughy Biscuit Bay. Third is Weather, fourth Turak on the outside, 3/4 in fact behind Weather, and then 3 deep Savarin, Jack in the Box another length back, and 3/4 Duendy the outside. 9:50 to go, and Sporting Colours keen to run, leads a length and 3/4 on Biscuit Bay. Length and a half away, third is Weather, 3/4 to Turak on the outside without cover at the moment. Savarin 3 deep, Jack in the Box the inner, and close up at the girth of Jack in the Box is Duendy. Only about 7 lengths would cover them in the direction of the 600 and the leader Sporting Colours, about a length Biscuit Bay. Weather the inside, and Savarin's been off the track from the word go. Then Turak, Duendy wider out, endeavouring to follow Savarin, and Jack in the Box is last as they wheel for home. And Sporting Colours about 4 off the inside. In front from Weather about a half length in it. Turak plenty of room to come through from Savarin, Duendy, Jack in the Box, and forget Biscuit Bay. 2:50 to travel. Weather hits the front. Turak in hot pursuit from Savarin. Sporting Colours has gone, and then Duendy. They race to the 150, and Turak put the head in front of Weather. Duendy the outside from Savarin, but by golly, hasn't she improved Turak? This is 4 on the trot, and Turak does it again. Weather second, third Duendy, fourth Savarin, fifth Jack in the Box, sixth Sporting Colours, seventh and tailed off Biscuit Bay.
Number 3, Turak, 240, 170. 4 was second. Weather to return 180. There'll be no third for 5, Duendy.
Coming up from Melbourne, she'd had a big break after failing at Caulfield in April. Came to Sydney, to the Sires stable. First up for him on the 17th of December at Rosehill. Then Randwick on the 3rd of Jan. Here on the 17th, last Saturday. And she's done it again today. Number 3 has paid 240 and 160. Number 4, Weather second, has paid 180, and no third for number 5, Duendy. 345. Turak, raced by Mr. D.F. Smith, certainly given him and the trainer a tremendous thrill. She's by Breakfast Creek from Zippy Challenger, and ridden by Glenn Boss, who's only had the 2 rides on her for a 100% record, of course. Showing plenty of initiative to win here on her last Saturday when the speed slowed early in a 1200-metre race. Number 4, second, Weather by Canny Lad from Canassia, a 5-year-old brown mare, Neville McBurney, El Maloney. And number 5, third, Duendy, is by Javington from Hooch, a brown mare, 4, John McNair, C. Carmody, 2 ran 4th, Savarin. 1.5 lengths, a long neck, 1.5 a long neck. They've run 1:19.54, 1:19.54, and the sectional was 34.44, 34.44, 3, 4 and 5, 4 straight to Turak.
And the gates are back and they're off and running. Wasn't brilliant away, Schubert. He probably missed it about a length, and he settles back at the tail here with Gold Guru. First out, Mustang Red over Dodge, and Blaze the Turf, the filly, travelling forward now. Mustang Red led from on the outside, Blaze the Turf. She wants to get her head up. She wants to go a little harder on the outside. 3 lengths to Dodge, 1 to Pleasure Giver, 2 further back Schubert. It's gone up 3 deep around Command Post, and Gold Guru back in the middle, so Schubert's caught wide. Coming down the side, and Mustang Red backed off the speed, a half in front from Blaze the Turf. 3 further back Dodge, Pleasure Giver, a length and a half to Schubert. He's caught wide on this now, around the outside of Gold Guru, and Command Post over on the inside. 800 out, Mustang Red about a neck in front of Blaze the Turf. 3 then to Pleasure Giver, getting a nice run third on the outside of Dodge 4th. Things haven't gone well for Schubert. He's running 5th, but he's 3 deep around Gold Guru and Command Post. At the 550-metre mark, and the leader is Mustang Red, a neck in front of Blaze the Turf. 2.5 to Pleasure Giver. Dodge is over on the inside, a length and a half Schubert from Gold Guru niggled at, and last of all Command Post straightening up. Mustang Red a half in front of Blaze the Turf, 2 to Pleasure Giver. Dodge trying to get from behind them, then Schubert from Gold Guru. It's Blaze the Turf getting its head in front now from Pleasure Giver after it. No Schubert today. Dodge back to the fence. Blaze the Turf in front from Pleasure Giver. Blaze the Turf, the filly hanging on, and Blaze the Turf. Blaze the Turf a half length Pleasure Giver. 3rd Dodge, 4th is Gold Guru. 5th home Schubert. Nothing went right today, followed by Mustang Red and Command Post last of all.
Winner there, 8 Blaze the Turf at 590 and 260. Number 7